sort of circles like you. I'm just saying that.
What sort of circles are they, Stu? Round and round and round in them. I can't see exactly where we are at the moment. Well,
it's the car's gone
I'll see
now.
if it's like my Ferrari or
that dinky toy one I got you. Yes.
Lamborghini. Of course, the Diablo is my particular favourite.
So obvious at times.
Really, isn't it?
I agree with what Jeremy was saying, Keith, that Romboni's got to be on for a rostrum here once today, I think.
Well, I think he's had a meteoric ride. I mean, bearing in mind he was 125 rider not far long ago in Grand Prix. I mean, it's very rare that we get 125 guys that come through to make good in the old big bike diesel class of Superbikes.
Yeah, Romboni, he's finished 3 races, Keith, 8th, 7th, 7th. Which is not bad for a bloke who's never raced a 4-stroke before, in my opinion.
No, indeed. I'm very impressed as far as that's concerned.
He's also, of course, usually injured, which is one of his major problems. We're looking now as the back markers get to the back of the grid. Red flag at the front of the grid. We're waiting for the man to move to one side. The pace cars are in position.
They are indeed, and I don't recognise any one of them. They're under starters' orders then, Julian. We're about to get underway, and Monza is always a favourite of ours, and it's a great start for the second row of the grid there as well. Watch out, though. Who is it that's going to get down into the first chicane first? Edwards bumps from one side to the other. Corser's come through. Corser on bike number 11. Corser is there, but who's flying through? Fogarty's come through.
Fogarty's
in second place. Brilliant stuff for Carl Fogarty. I don't believe he did that from the second row of the grid.
I think Romboni is third. I look like Ducati's 1, 2,
Look
and 3.
at that. What a sight that is. Romboni on bike number 20 is in third place. Then it's Noriyuki Haga. Underneath him is Akira Yanagawa. There is...
Where have the Hondas gone?
Backwards, I think, is the operative word there. There's one of the Suzukis. Which one that is, I don't know. We're going to keep an eye on the front, though. Fogarty goes for the front. He's underneath Corser and goes through at the second chicane. Woo! What is he on?
He's an angry, irritated Carl, and tests have shown that's a fast car.
I thought that was normal on race day for Carl, angry and irritating. There are the 2 Hondas. It's in front of...
Well, it's slight in front of Edwards, King, what you were struggling with there.
And in front of them is Haga, which is all a bit of a worry. They've got to get through Haga, through the Lesmo Benzen, down towards Escari now.
What a track.
Number 1, Carl Fogarty, leads number 11, Troy Corser. In third place, 20, Doriano Romboni. Then it's Akira Yanagawa under attack from Haga. But watch Escari into the braking area. Corser has gone back in front of Ascari. Foggy will slipstream him down the long straight to the Parabolica. Oh! That was Romboni. Did he stay on it? Or did he go off it? Romboni lost the rear end. I can't believe he's still on the bike. That is incredible. In third place, lost a bit of time there, though, didn't he?
I'm not surprised.
Feet off the footrest. Here comes Fogarty. He was in the slipstream, but no, down the road to the Parabolica.
And the crowd like it, Keith. Ducati's first, second and third.
Indeed.
They treat them like Ferraris here. Yanagawa is still 4th. Haga is in his wheel tracks in 5th place.
What a way this race has started. The 2 Ducatis then getting away now at the front. 11, Corser. Then it's Foggy in second place.
2 Ducatis breaking away. The 2 Works Ducatis, first and second. And that is an Aprilia, I believe, in the sandpit. That doesn't look like Pete Goddard's helmet.
That's Alessandro Antonello. Indeed, he is in the pit. There is number 11. Corser from Fogarty, from Doriano Romboni, coming under attack now from 41, Noriyuki Haga. That's a bit of a worry.
Corser still behind Aaron Slight in the battle of the Hondas. Who would have predicted
Corser behind Aaron Slight. Come on, Jules, get it out there.
Edwards, Colin Edwards.
Indeed. Colin Edwards, then the pole man, having all sorts of aggro at the moment at the back of the field. But the 2 Ducatis on home soil, I've got to say, the Italian Tifosi are going absolutely potty. Oh, and they nearly hit. Oh, dear me. That was Edwards just getting past Keeley. Then Keeley looked like he was really stopped there.
What I got excited about there was a hand up from the other Honda. Aaron Slight in the middle of that corner put his hand up, Keith. He's circulating again, but I wonder if that was the brakes binding again.
Well, it's been a psychological problem as far as they're concerned. Their brakes have been sticking on, whether it be Brembo or Nissan, it doesn't seem to matter. It all happens. He reckons it's the state of the pads nowadays, so big problems there. Foggy had the problem at Donington. Not got it here, though. Oh, look at this. Slipping back down the order is number 4 there, Akira Yanagawa. At that bend, remember Ascari last year was when it all caught fire and he rolled off the track.
Image of the year, wasn't it? That Kawasaki going up in flames.
James Bond. Still on the back straight now. 11 Corser leads from Fogarty. Then it's still Doriano Romboni doing a good job of shotgunning for Ducati there in third place.
Edwards to 4th.
Yeah, Edwards to 4th, but he's given those guys at the front a bit of a head start here.
Keeley approaching as well, the first Suzuki you can see. Number 7 there behind Akira Yanagawa on the first of the Suzukis. That is Pier Francesco Keeley, also making up for a really bad start. Too late though, those Ducatis have gone.
Over the line, down towards the first chicane. Oh, here comes Edwards. Edwards out of the slipstream. Romboni got that Honda wound right up then. I think Edwards will have gone past Romboni for third place now, so delete that caption. Haga, Yanagao, Keeley, Slight.
Important point there, Keith. The finish line is now right at the back of the grid.
Indeed.
No drag races.
No drag race. Yeah, well, drag races anyway during the course of the race, but not on the last lap is what you mean.
That's what I was about to reach to before you finish the sentence for me.
No dragging out of the parabolica, in other words, like we've seen so often before. Looking at Corser's fastest lap, 1:46.53. How's that compare? New lap record then for him. There is Edwards goes through. There is Keeley on bike 7. He just cuts across in front of Noriyuki Haga on bike 41. The two Ducatis go through. This is the battle for third place. Well, not a battle. Edwards has got it now. Keeley's in fourth. Haga's in fifth.
Oh, slight on Romboni.
Romboni. Oh, that's a nasty crash. Romboni there really
Wrist
got caught
again,
up.
surely.
Really got caught up with Aaron Slight. Was it Slight?
It was Slighty.
I'll tell you what, Doriano Romboni was very, very unlucky.
He's done it.
Yeah, I know. The way he went down, it was his leg that got caught up with that bike. A nasty little crash out the second Lesmo bend there. Very, very unfortunate indeed.
That looked... Slight has had his hand up in a corner earlier, Keith. I wonder what was happening there. Did you spot a problem?
Well, to be honest, I picked it up just as I changed monitors in here. So let's take another look at it in a minute. But anyway, back at the front, it is 11 Corser with Fogarty right slipstreaming him. It's still number 5, Colin Edwards in third place. I think Foggy's going to be happy to sit behind Corser as long as they've got this kind of lead on Edwards. But he's going to have to keep an eye on what sort of times the Honda rider is doing.
Well, I remember Troy Corser leading into the parabolica here a couple of years ago on the last lap, having the mother of all moments, and Foggy sliding through.
Yeah, well, that was a big mistake there by Troy Corser. It wasn't a case of slipstreaming at all, was it? It was just a case of Corser getting overexcited in the middle of the corner, top speeds.
Now that gap back to Edwards, 3 1/4 seconds we need to keep an eye on.
Yeah, but look at the speed of Edwards' bike. He's over 300 Ks. He's 5 Ks more than the two Ducatis in the straight line. And of course, the straight lines here are very, very long at Monza.
Now, Keith, here up.
Slight, it was underneath him. That's not Slight's fault at all. Basically, he was underneath him. And it looked like Doriano Romboni, he caught his leg under that bike.
Oh, that's unpleasant.
That is very unpleasant indeed. Looked like he caught his handlebar or his hand on the rear end of Aaron Slight's bike. A similar complaint as to the one, of course, that Edwards and Slighty had back at Donington Park.
Just repeat that point. No blame attaches to Aaron Slight for
Not
that
in
crash.
my view there, no.
Right.
Not in my view there. I've got to say, it looked... he's still down on the ground. I'll tell you what, that's serious, really.
That look, if it's a twisting fracture, you get spiral fractures and things, don't you, with that? That is unpleasant to contemplate.
Well, just when we thought Doriano Romboni was coming particularly good, and of course we're all a fan of Doriano's around here. Rambo Romboni finds himself
Here
right
comes Foggy, Keith.
Yeah, is he going to make the move into the Ascari? I think he's time to take over. Yep, Carl Fogarty goes to the front at Ascari then. He will now tow Troy Corser. Good team riding between these two. They're not at all interfering with each other. They're now working quite hard as a team, I believe, at the moment. Well, these two, they've got to really pull away. I think what it is definitely Carl Fogarty has seen that Edwards is with him. He's closing in. He's got a fast motorcycle as, again, Corser comes out of the slipstream and pulls past Fogarty. They won't want to trip each other up too much because otherwise Edwards will he'll be on them.
But those last two passing manoeuvres, neither were defended strongly, were they? Especially Corser almost let Foggy through, didn't try to block him whatsoever.
They can drag each other down those straights. You see slipstreaming to slipstreaming. One pulls one along, then the other pulls the other along. As long as they don't trip each other up in the turns and cut up their corner speed. Let's take a look at the top speed.
Keith, Edwards has taken 3/4 of a second out of the Ducatis in one lap.
Well, he's been good all week. He's been good in the warm-up. He was good in Superpole on the one lapper. He's good all the way through this track here at Monza. He won here. Remember, this was the scene of his double win last year. His first ever World Superbike win came in as a double, and I think really he's so confident at Monza that barring any kind of a mistake, he got a lousy lap. There it is, Corser back to Edwards. You can see it's gone down 2.5 seconds now for 3.5 as far as that graphic's concerned, and who'd argue with that?
Indeed, this was Colin Edwards' first ever Superpole pole position. His other two poles came in 96 on Yamahas.
Flag still being waved at the second Lesmo bend. That means that Doriano is still receiving treatment on that corner at the moment. Yes, he is.
Real shame, that. A real shame.
Are you between 14 and 26 and living in Victoria?
Have you been active in the community, making your mark?
Then why not nominate yourself or someone you know for the National Australia Day Council's Young Australian of the Year Awards?
There are 7 categories: the Eastern Energy Science and Technology Award, the Main Nicholas Community Service Award, the Unilever Environment Award, the Collins Booksellers Arts Award, the Abbey Group Sports Award, the Department of Transport and Regional Services Regional Initiative Award, and the Commonwealth Minister for Youth Affairs Career Achievement Award.
You could win a $4,000 Streamline Express account from the Commonwealth Bank. As the Young Achiever for Victoria, there's an extra $4,000 and a holiday from Qantas and Hilton Hotels.
So get moving. Grab a nomination form from your Australia Day Council office, Network 10, any Commonwealth Bank, or look for coupons in the Herald Sun.
So show what young people can achieve with the Young Australian of the Year Awards, presented by Network 10, the Commonwealth Bank and the Herald Sun.